For the last few minutes of the show talking about going back to school, we're going to stick with that in Pet Talk.
When routines change, people aren't the only ones who feel it. Your pets may need help adjusting too.
Nebraska Humane Society Pet Behavior Specialist Kathy Gannan returns. Good to see you, Kathy.
Hello.
Hi, Kathy.
And you brought in a little guy named Barney.
Yes.
What's Barney's deal?
Barney, we think, is about 5 months old. He's a long-haired Chihuahua mix. He had to have a leg amputated, but he'll be fine. He'll adapt to it because he's young.
Chihuahuas, they get around pretty good on three legs.
They do.
And so that's where you see he was shaved
Yes.
here and you see his
Stitches.
stitches. So what does his family need to know about taking care of this in the short term and then anything long term?
Once he heals, he'll be fine. But you're going to have to be a little bit careful because he's probably going to guard that side. He's he's going to want to walk so that he doesn't have somebody stepping on his good foot, which that's fair. It makes sense. But probably kids under 12. Just because he's pretty tiny. He's very petite.
Yeah.
And you've recommended that with small breeds anyway.
Exactly.
Right, because you don't know exactly what happened to his leg because he was a stray, but
Yeah.
it could have been some instance where he got stepped on.
It could have been.
Hit by a car. They're very fragile, their legs. So
They can be,
Small
yes.
families, you want to be careful.
Right.
And then if you saw there on his other leg, that's just where he had an IV. So all that hair will grow back. Oh, Barney.
Barney.
Guys, if I can give you my honest feelings about this little guy, he is as special as the day is long. And we felt it as soon as he walked in. He's just very sweet.
He's got a personality.
Oh, we love Barney. So if you've looked for maybe a dog you've thought about adding to the family, is now a good time, especially if you've got school-aged kids? I don't know.
Well, part of it depends on what are the activities in the household? How busy are people? Are you going to have time for the dog?
Yeah.
Are the activities that you do things that are outside where the dog can come with you? You go to kids' football games or soccer games. Can the dog go with you? That's a whole different ball game than if the dog has to be home all day, all the time.
Getting a new dog during back-to-school time, that's one consideration. But how about those dogs that are already integrated in our lives? They're part of the family.
Right.
And then there's not going to be as many people around during the day as there was throughout the course of the summer.
The change is as hard on them as it is on us. So we need to slowly get them used to that new routine a little bit. That if they haven't been spending much time, in their kennel or corralled to a certain place in the house, or being alone in the house, whatever that is, start setting them up. Let them have a little bit more time where they get practicing doing that again, so they're kind of reminded.
Let's spend some time, because you did bring in 4 specific things we can all do to help our dogs adjust to these new routines. Walking, exercise, getting that schedule adjusted before it actually comes time.
Right. Then it just helps, because then it's in our program. It's just like you get kids used to going back to bed earlier, same kind of thing. But get up and walk the dog in the morning. Get that to somebody's job to do that, so that way the dog gets some exercise. They're not just cooped up all day with no exercise, no other stimulation, and get their feeding schedules figured out so that their sleeping patterns are more like yours. They don't want to be up at midnight to play when you need to sleep.
Yeah. And I know one of the bullet points on there you're talking about, let your dog have some time alone, leave them alone for shorter periods of time. But I've always heard that dogs can't comprehend time, the time somebody's away. Can they, or what are your thoughts on that?
Well, they get just as excited to see you whether you've been gone 5 minutes or 8 hours.
Sure.
But they learn to be by themselves, which is a skill to be learned. They don't have to be entertained 24/7.
And then having a designated treat that they don't get at any other time. You're big on that.
It helps a lot. It's something different. It's novel. It gives them, stuff and freeze a Kong. Change up what you stuff it with. Freezing it makes it take a little longer for them to work at. They'll work at it, they get tired, they come back to it later. When it started to thaw, they get more out. It's enticing. But that way it's different. They look forward to it, and that makes a big difference.
You provide some good information when you come on our show, and we had a list of things you can do right there. But the best way is probably to attend some of the classes that you offer.
Absolutely. The thing is it gives your dog mental things to do. It gives you interaction time with your dog and other things that you can do throughout the day that are just short. Do it for a couple minutes. I'm going to work you a couple minutes here, a couple minutes there, so the dog doesn't just have to wait till you get home from work for everything.
Yeah.
And the best way to register for classes of any
Online.
kind? Okay.
Yep.
AnyHumaneSociety.org. That's the website. Also, when you go to the site, you can look at the calendar of upcoming events, including one on Saturday when the meadow next to the Humane Society is going to be hopping with people.
It will be.
Pets and cars.
Yes.
So
yes.
An event like this, the Car Show and Canine Carnival, it supports Walk for the Animals. So it's it's a fundraiser for a fundraiser, if you think about that.
It is.
But where does money like this end up going? How do you use it?
It goes for operations of the shelter, things like animal medical, to help keep those animals healthy We get enrichment type things for the animals to make their life while they're at the shelter better. Is what it goes for.
And it's fun for people to come into these and see what you guys do at the Nebraska Humane Society on a daily basis. Carnival's $8 per dog, right? What does the carnival consist of? Have you
I haven't actually been to it,
Been to this in the
but
past?
these people put on a good show.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
nail trims, $10.
Yep.
I'll pay $10 for a nail trim. I'll
Oh,
tell you
and
that.
then there's this.
Yes.
Oh,
And adoptions will be open
Barney.
during.
wow. Something tells me Barney won't be available on Saturday. If he's still around at 12:01, I will be shocked. But that is when adoptions open up, is at noon. But you can go early and complete
Anybody can
paperwork.
sleep while Mary's yapping in your ear. That's a special dog right there. I'll tell you that. Barney is a special dog.
I am smitten, to be honest. But if you want to go early and fill out paperwork, if we ever have an animal on the show and you just, right away that you want to bring them into your family, go early and complete the paperwork. That way, when adoptions officially open at noon, you're first in line to get into one of the meet and greet rooms. The Humane Society near 90th and Fort, and then online, nehumanesociety.org. But this little guy's name again is Barney. If you'd like to meet him, thank you,
And we
Kat.
all
Thank
kind of
you.
brought the decibel level down, didn't we? A
Oh,
little
yeah,
bit when we
just
saw Barney was
baby
sleeping.
sleeping.
Out of respect for the
He
baby's
is.
nap.
Oh, he probably needs a little rest.
There you go.
As
We'll
Mike
let
said
him
on
go.
Twitter, he's fresh.
He's fresh. Thanks, Kathy, for coming
Thank
in.
you.
August 2nd is National Coloring Book